All right, here we go. Tree decisions. I talk about what to do to certain trees and some of the justification I come up with for why I do certain things. Well, first off, we have two oaks. We have a valley oak over here. That's the Quercus lobata. And we have a black oak here. That's the Quercus Douglasii? No. Kelloggi, that's right. And you notice the difference in the leaves. They just leafed out. The black oak here has the little points on it, similar to a red oak. And the valley oak has little rounded edges, and the leaves are just barely starting to come out on this one. Now, the difference between these two trees is quite dramatic. The black oak is recognized for decaying rapidly. And I noticed that a lot of times when there's old wounds and old problems, that the trees hollow out and become very, very brittle. So this woman had a branch fail up there, and that was what precipitated this call. She's very worried about the condition of the tree, and rightfully so, because we've got a colony of ants in here. Oh boy. And this old wound area, it spreads all the way down to the trunk. So this is likely leading into some hollowing in the inside here. I also noticed another serious weakness up here. Let's see if I can get a hold of it. There we go. Let's zoom in on that. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's cracked all the way up over there. It's leaning on this tree. There's a fair amount of weight associated with that crack right there. So the question is, should I take that whole limb off? Well, then I wouldn't have a whole lot on that side, but it might be a smart move. This is kind of sad. There's also a lot of old wounds on this tree that appear to have been flesh cuts. And this one right here is a flesh cut. You can see how decayed it is. Up above is another old flesh cut. This cut's a little bit better. It did retain some of the branch bark ridge, and that's a good indicator as to why you retain the branch bark collar or the branch bark ridge. If you cut too close and you cut it flush, you end up with long-term areas of decay, especially if it's a species of tree that decays rapidly, like this black oak. And if you look at it from this perspective, you can see where the black oak was rubbing on the white oak every time the wind blows. It's abrading it in this area right here. So I think that whole thing's got to come out of there. It's just too much of a weakness. And it's causing damage to the valley oak. Between the two trees, even though the black oak is a larger tree, the valley oak is a more valuable specimen because it's in better shape and will live a lot longer. This black oak, its days are numbered. All that decay is spreading down through the trunk of the tree. And some of these stubbed off branches out here, there's a lot of bark missing and a lot of drying out. That one over there looks like it's totally dead. Got to get enough weight off of this, but we don't want to butcher the tree. All right, I just made another observation. It's got me somewhat concerned. There is fungus going around this wound all the way up the trunk right here, which is a really bad sign. I was able to get up with the small bucket to the outside of the tree, and I was making a few of these cuts, but deciding what to cut was actually kind of hard because the whole tree is in decline. She doesn't want to lose it, but I did bring her to the alert that the tree is on its last few years. And the tree gets so rotten and things start falling apart, that's when you have to bite the bullet and get rid of it. So Jorge got up there and took out that one cracked limb that we were talking about. And I'll show you in a bit here. You can see that it was a very good decision to do that.
That's the only little life on this whole branch. A little bit more on that side.
And this is what the tree looks like from the street side. I did have to leave some stubs up there because there wasn't anything else to cut to. And I left some of the low foliage for privacy. Hey, thanks a lot for watching my videos, and please subscribe.